One, and we are recording. As always, I am Brian Kynes, the creator of the Tales of Auren campaign setting, storyline, whatever you want to call it. I use Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules to play through it and tell the story. And all these wonderful folks that have joined me today are helping me write it one session at a time. Over here beside me is a person that's not so new to this. We don't get him too often. He's usually flying organs from either here or there. It's Danny McGuffey. He'll be playing the role of Daehon. Thank you, because I am tired of playing 4 characters, and you are helping me out big time tonight, buddy, so thank you. Down below him is Heather and Kara. Heather will be playing Silowin, and Kara will be playing Tamara. You should know who they are already, because they're awesome. That's all they need. Directly below me is Jeremy Keaton. Jeremy is getting high praise for the high hairline he has. He's donning today. Danny's having a couple beers and would be thinking about getting that himself if he were able. It's good stuff. I would say, Heather, did you not? I thought you cut the side of your hair short at one point too, didn't you?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just now growing back in.
I tell you, it's going to be a trend this year. It's going to happen. I'm going to have to be next.
I shaved all of this in the back of my head, and it was just this.
That's what I thought. I thought you did.
To be fair, in high school, I had that haircut, but now I'm thinking maybe I can do it with the beard.
How would that? You know what? We'll get back to that. I'm just curious to see how that shit would unfold. All right, so we don't have Sean with us today. He got the second round of his treatment. It's good for him. The COVID vaccines, and he's feeling a little under the weather, which means that it's working. We just discussed it. So I'm going to be taking care of some things. I had a conversation with Sean earlier. His one thing he told me specifically, get the fucking mask off Tamara. No matter what. That was what he wanted to stress. So that's how we're going to play it with him. Rachel will be joining us next weekend. She's trying to get some things figured out with her schedule and her schoolwork. But she says she's perfectly fine of dancing around and attracting people's attention, so we have a better shot at kicking everyone's ass. So it's all good, and that's simple stuff for me to play, and we can move on. Okay? So, the last time we were on here, things had got serious quick. And I tell you, it was fun to watch that back and see how suspenseful and how serious shit got so quickly. So, to the best that I believe we have figured so far, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, Sean had tried to, Sade through creating illusions to illustrate what was happening, shouting out to us, involving us in conversations. We know that he was trying to remove this mask from Gleandra, which is the Medusa race airship captain of the Dreadnought. We all know this. It would seem that he got it off of her, and when he did, unholy hell was unleashed from the thing. It's almost like the souls, or whatever these shadow goblins are that are tethered to it, have just went rampant. And we've got to think it's got to be over the city. It may not be just in this alley. It could be, who knows what else going on in other places right now. Okay, hopefully they can manage. But we are trying to narrow down and target the 3 main spirits of these goblins that empower the mask and hold it together and make it complete. Because we had slain too many in an improper way, they drew themselves to the person that defeated the last of their spirits. There were 3 main ones, and Tamara had taken out 2 single-handedly, which normally would be high fives across the table. But in this instance, it latched onto her. She is now in a battle for her soul, practically, from being possessed by this thing, being taken over by its powers. Now, do we know what exactly will happen there? None of you have any idea. The idea of this mask being the thing that summoned these murderous creatures out in the chaos they've created over the last several weeks is just now, within the last 24 hours, becoming visual, something you guys have actually been able to grasp onto and learn about. You had no idea before this. Also, I do remember that you passed the first saving throw, Kara, and you were fighting off the will of this thing, and that's key. Okay, so I've done a lot of thinking over the last week about how this needs to go, what you need to do to succeed to be able to fend off this thing, and I've compared it to a lot of other things I've found online, just for reference. So this is going to be interesting, and I truly do wish you the best of luck in this, because I don't want to see Tamara as a bad person. I don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. Holy shit, it'd be terrible. So, with that, does anyone have any questions about some of the things that happened last week before we jump forward into this? Anybody at all? Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up our battle map then. Share sound, share screen, and share. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, Kara, didn't you stay up just a little bit later so we were able to go through at least your turn, and then the mask took you over and was placed on your character? And then it was the person's turn that went directly after you. Is that correct, everybody?
That sounds right.
Okay. So let me look on here again and make sure. Okay, yeah. So you were 7. So the next one was going to be Merc, I believe. He was number 6. Oh, no, it's the opposite order. It was Tamara. Then we go to 8, which is Silouan. And then 9 is Dahan. Then 10 is another flock of the Shadow Goblins. Then we start the rotation over again. Okay? So keep that in mind. Silouan, you are opening up here. And then Jeremy, you will be on... it'll be Silouan, and then it will be Dahan on deck, and then we'll start the rotation back over again. Let me get a little bit of music going on in here. There we go. And if that gets too loud for anybody at all, let me know, okay? All right. So, let's go ahead and talk about this, Silouan. You saw what happened just now. You see that Tamara is in some kind of mental battle as this thing is fully come into our realm and looks tangible, like you could touch it. And it is adhered to her face. There's no strap holding it onto her head. It's almost like it has just formed itself and is willing itself to leech onto her. I can only imagine how Tamara looks as she's trying to fight through this. She might be holding her flail, trying to have a moment of faith. She might be holding onto the horns, trying to yank it off. You'd have to ask her for that information. But you can see there's a struggle going on. And at this moment, neither side is winning. I would like to take Sade's free action, since she is right beside her. And she says the following, and yells it out so people can understand it. She says, we must help her to resist the mask. We cannot let it take her. And that is all the time and all the words that she can say at this moment. Okay? This sounds very dire coming from Sade as she yells this out. And she's yelling it out immediately at these people, which is, and this is not, fabricated in any way. You got the next 2 people going right here beside her. You got Silouan here that's dealing with this goblin, and you got Dahan over here. Dahan was, let me see, you had guidance, which was fine, and then something had hit you, and it knocked the behemoth out of you, Danny. Okay? And then you have, it says here, You have a curse on you that gives you disadvantage until the end of your next turn. Okay? So keep that in mind. And you are also... no, I don't think you were prone. I don't believe you were prone. Jeremy, do you have any more recollection as to what happened to him at the end of the fight last time?
He wasn't prone. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So with that, Silhouette, you're over here. Once again, if you guys get bloodied, please let me know what's going on with you. If you need me to move the camera angle, if you need anything from me, just let me know. Okay? It is your turn. What is it you would like to do?
You know what I want to do?
I do. I do. And it's not shoot. It's jump on shit. Heard it.
Yes, I want to jump on shit.
Okay, so the shit you have to jump onto. Now, what's funny about this is, you know, you guys just knocked out a bunch of them, especially with oh, it's fine. They've heard worse, guys. Trust me. So you've got this one here within melee range of you. Okay. Remember that spell that Tamara cast wiped out like freaking 3 of them. It leveled their asses. Okay. So the next closest ones, perceivable to you, if you remember, Ignatius cast Guiding Bolt twice and illuminated one of them and banished the other. And it lit up the spell casting one on here. So you have advantage against attacks on it, as long as they're at range. Okay? But it's pretty far away from you. Yeah. The rest of the group is back here making its way up to you guys. What you can see is here in the alley. These two in the regular alley. Okay? You see the one spellcaster on the roof and the spellcaster on the other side. That's all you can see at the moment, Silhouette. So running and doing a leap attack on one doesn't seem to be in the cards at the moment. Unless you want to jump straight up and come down on this one beside you, you can do that.
There's one below her, or like directly below, like 5 squares.
Oh,
yeah.
You could get this one. I forgot about this number here. Thank you.
Okay.
So you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the thing is, this thing's only about 20 foot up in the air. So
I mean, I think I'm just going to go up and come down on the one that's in front of me. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get out in front of Tamara to protect her from the front.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So go ahead and walk us through it. You're getting ready to do your move, correct?
I rolled a 25 to attack. Does that hit?
25 hits and breaches. We've discussed there's no breaching these things. If you can hit them, you can hurt them.
Ooh, okay. 6. Hold on. 3, 9, 10, plus a D, 8, 3, 15, 4, 17 damage.
Awesome. Okay, and as you come down on top of that creature, that is number, what were you again? Number 2. This is a soul sword. 17. He looks rough, man. Whatever is holding him together is barely doing it at this point, Silhouette.
All right, well, I'm going to use my second attack then.
Okay.
Right, so that's...
And this is combo attack if you want to. So
yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
Yep.
Plus 2, so that's 16 plus 11. 27 to hit.
27 hits. And is there anything special you want to add to that, or are you good with it?
Hold on. I'm gonna roll first and see. 6, 7, 10. I'm also going to roll my D4 for my round. 2, 6, 12. 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Your spear goes through the creature and dismantles it. As it goes through, you see the different shadow substance that holds it together seem to pull apart as the eyes go different ways and split, as the mouth goes open and fades into distant smoke, as you can still see the many rows of razor sharp teeth kind of fade off into the distance as it lets out a final scream. As you do this, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 17 naturally plus 2, which is 19.
You said 19.
Yeah.
You pass. Okay.
Okay.
You only take half of this.
All right. Can you tell me who looks the saddest of all of us right now?
Yes. Just a moment. Yes. So we're doing
Cool.
a happy camper check. Is that what we're calling it?
Who is bleeding the most check? Yes.
Okay. So you take 5 points of necrotic damage,
Oh,
and this
cool.
goes straight to your character. And this is for the thing actually being felled and being beaten. Okay. Let me go ahead and get it off of here. Number 2. And with that, the creature fades from existence, but you take the necrotic damage in the process. If you would please, Silwyn, mark down that you have 1 success.
1 success. All right.
Yes. And did you have anything that I asked you to write down like that from the last session?
I'm sorry?
The last time that we played, I had certain people write down, okay, say you have a failure, you have a success, and those kind of built
The
up.
only thing that I wrote down last session is plus 2d6 to damage.
That was Jeremy's thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, now
She didn't write
that's still relevant, isn't it?
No, it was at the end of his turn, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's till the end of his next turn.
We still get a 1 plus 1d6. I
You
didn't
still
think it
get a
was
plus 1d6 to all your damage. So really, you damn near would have killed that on the first hit. So we'll try to remember that moving forward. You're getting a plus 1d6 radiant damage.
Yep.
Okay.
First hit is advantage, and
Oh,
Plus 2d6.
man.
2d6 light radiant damage,
Right.
and then any hits thereafter is the 1d6 radiant.
Okay. So, yeah, no, I'm waiting on you to tell me who is the most hurt.
Okay. I just wanted to get all that ironed out first right now. Okay. At this moment, Sade, you've healed her quite a bit since last time, and she's looking better than she did. Danny, even after he got hit that last time, Danny, go ahead and take down your hit points by 25, your total actual hit points. Okay? He's still looking very durable. Miyasha is not hurt so much, but she is feared. And on her turn, she is going to flee. She actually isn't singing and dancing anymore, and is huddled up in a position down on the ground on one knee, prone, holding herself with fear in her eyes. You can see her desperately jerking around, looking at everything that's going on around her. So she has that on her, but the most importantly is you see Tamara having a fight with this, and Tamara has got some blood run down the side of her mouth. She has got nicks in her armor. She has taken a lot of the heavy blows as far as jumping into the middle of this battle.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and bonus action heal Tamara. I mean, I know it's not going to take the mask off of her, but it is what I can do.
Okay. What other kind of stuff can you do? Is that a bonus action?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay.
So I healed her for 10.
Okay, 10.
And-
Go ahead and add that to your hit points, Silwyn.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get to as close to, well, I used 20, so 5, 10, 15, 20, to get to her.
Okay. As you do, which side of her would you like to be on? Right
Closer to yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you're here beside her now. You've used your bonus action. You've used your attacks.
Can I use my free action to do an arcana check?
You may, yes. Good use of the free action.
20, dirty.
A dirty 20. Okay, what is it you're trying to see with your arcana check?
What is it? I mean, obviously it's magical, but
Mhm.
what is it? What could I do to get it off of her? Can I see anything arcana about it?
Okay. So, being a bard for as many levels as you have been, and being able to do some kind of spell casting, and you can actually inflict minor curses with some of the other spells that you're capable of. This is beyond you just doing something to the mask. The mask is beyond your capability, but you know that reaching out to Silwyn, reaching out to Tamara is not beyond your grasp. You know, you could sing to her and do things like that that would help give her morale as your bardic inspiration against things like this. You know, you could use your bonus action to do bless on her and things like that to help her with saving throws. There's things you can do to help her fight, but this mask itself is too powerful for you to just pull off of her and things like that.
So I didn't glean anything from it. Like, I don't know, like, do I know that this is like something that I could stop by like killing somebody else, or is this just like it's just leached onto her and she has to fight it now?
No, and just from an Arcana check, no. Or magically wise, with your level of knowledge, I'm going to say this is more of like an Arcana history check. You've never heard of anything that works quite like this before, and even if you did, it was in stories, and you know it would be beyond your capability.
Cool. Well, there went my check.
Okay.
Right.
No, but that tells you a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? It does give you information.
Also, I don't know how to give people bardic inspiration. I've never even known I could do that.
You use your bonus action and you sing things, and you can give people a bonus of like 1d6 to all kinds of good shit.
Oh, cool.
What's
I didn't
great
know that.
about your character, particularly, is I think you're like a war maiden, is the type of bard path that you took. So when you give inspiration, it works on multiple people that are within an area instead of just one in particular.
Didn't know that. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it while I'm waiting on my next turn.
A lot of shit to do, but that's good, and you got some good things figured out. Okay?
Cool.
So at the end of that one, let's go ahead. And by the way, you can go ahead and act as if you're that next level of this thing and use those skills like we discussed. And I'll help you level up with all the other numbers later on. But if you want to use the level 6 skills, which would move you up to a total level of 9, that's perfectly fine for this.
Wait, so you're saying I leveled up?
Yes, we'll do the numbers later, but skill-wise, you can use the skills now available to you at your new level. Okay, so that is that. Just a minute here. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Dahan.
Okay, I'm going to ask a couple questions coming into this, obviously, because I'm jumping into this fight. So he failed a saving throw to have disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, it was one of these things hit you with a shadow bolt like magic, where one of the ones off the rooftop shot at you. I think it was this one over here. And these things look like a shadow bolt, but there's one of these skulls that has the purple glowing eyes inside of it. And when it hit you, it dazed you, which is why you have your disadvantage, and it made you drop the behemoth stance. Now, you could reform it if you wanted to, but that's what happened. But it didn't knock you prone, it just stopped you. You were charging, and you charged through and nailed 2 of these sumbitches, right? The sons of my bitches. Right before the end of the last turn. So that's where you're at now.
So a couple other little things. So we know that we took out so many of them, and then the mask actually jumped onto her, right?
There were certain ones particularly that are key, that are locked to this mask, and she killed too many of these specific ones, and so they are clinging to her.
All right, so I've got disadvantage now. So the first thing I want to try is Indomitable, which is a 9th level fighter skill.
Yes,
it allows me to re-roll a saving throw.
Okay, go ahead and do it then. I'm going to re-roll the DC. I think I remember what it was, but I'm going to do it again anyway.
Natural 15, but what are we looking at for? Is it Constitution, Strength?
Was this what it was? Constitution, and DC was a 19.
19. I missed it. Oh wait, I got proficiency in Constitution. I'm good. I got +7 for that.
Okay. So we're going to say that the daze did not happen, but the behemoth was dropped. So I'll take half of it away, but not all of it.
All right. So I lose That's cool. Because I think so. Using a bonus action, he steps up, kind of like a martial arts cat stance. Forms his hands into the shape of a bird's beak, like he takes on a phoenix stance.
Okay. And here's what everybody sees in the background as he does this. There you go, Danny McGuffey.
All right. Who is the closest to him as far as what are we looking at for range to get to something?
Okay. So you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 foot to get to the ones here that are out in the alley. And these ones are going to be about 50 foot too, but they're 20 to 30 foot up on rooftops as well, Danny. They're going to be hard to get to. And this one over here would be a little bit easier. You got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then you got 20 foot of building to climb to get to it. So you can use your 30 and get here just below it. Okay? So you know what you have available to you, bud. Try to do whatever you can.
We won't help.
No pressure. That's what I always used to tell Ron. Just no pressure, man. You're all good.
Let's scroll back out. Which ones are the? Which ones are? So are there some that identify them like? Or there? Is there any telling these things apart for him?
Yes. You can specifically see that some of these are spellcasters. Okay. Some of these seem to just have daggers, and they're the little ones that tried to murder you and Oma. Okay. And then you see the one that Silliman just took out seems to be some kind of necrotic soul-bladed one that seemed to be the more powerful out of the three. Currently, there are no soul blade ones in view of you.
All right.
And I know it's tough sometimes. You're like, I have a turn. I need to do things. But sometimes the distance is the killer. You know what I'm saying? So you've already done good by using your bonus action to prepare. So what is the next step in this?
All right. So the biggest threat right now looks so is the one down there a mage as well, the one on the rooftop?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to head towards it. So I have 35 foot of movement, so I'm going to get as close as I can.
Okay, so let's go ahead and say we got our 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to say that puts you standing right below it. It's up on the rooftop ahead of you. You've got 5 foot. You can try to scale up and get a foothold on the side of the building. But, climbing usually takes twice the movement.
Yeah, so he's going to use a Flaming Gale Strike.
Right. I mean, I hate to see you blow your load like that, but at the same time, it's kind of what you have to get him with, right?
Yep. So
okay. Explain it to everybody what it looks like and tell me what your role is, sir.
So with him, he actually he doesn't get a. It's weird how his spell-like abilities work. I actually have to roll to see how much mana it costs him. So this one out of a 1d8 cost him 6. And he creates a blast of flame infused with wind that strikes like a vengeful tempest. As an action, which is my total action,
right?
You can choose a creature within 30 feet of you. That creature must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 wind plus an extra 1d8 fire damage based on your mana roll. So it'll be 6.
Right, that's awesome.
Additionally, you can choose the targeted creature. You can push the targeted creature up to 15 plus feet plus your mana roll away from you and knock it prone. On a successful
that's 21 foot.
The creature takes half the damage.
Dude, this has a potential to be cool because he's only 10 from the very apex of the roof.
Hold up, I'm going to go ahead and increase it again because level 6 I can increase that by another 1d8 on the extra. So that's
Okay.
11 points it cost him to do this.
Okay, you got it. And that will say, we'll go ahead and say you have 10 magic points going already, and this will be on top of that, okay? Or mana, as you would call it. Okay?
All right.
So go ahead and roll to... Oh, no, he just does a strength saving throw. Do you have to aim this to hit him, or is he just doing a strength saving throw?
Well, it's a giant burst of wind, so I guess it's a strength save. So it'll
it's
be
just either half or no damage, or half or
so
full damage, right?
His save will be 15 plus his charisma, 15 plus 7.
Okay, so 22. All right,
Goblin
let's see.
Mage, corner pocket.
Yeah, we're going to see. I was hoping there was a chimney back behind me could slam into, but it looks like he could throw him off the damn other side of the roof, possibly. Oh gosh, no, he got a total of 8 on his saving throw. You owned him on that one, Danny. So
All
go
right.
ahead and roll your damage and tell me how you want to shoot him. Now you can do that in a cone like this, any direction, in a backwards cone. Okay, so he's got to tell me. And he's got a 5, 10, 15. He's off the building this way. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's got a long way off this way. If you shoot him 15 foot straight back from you, that's going to throw him over the high part of the roof to the other side. But these things are also made of a shadow material too, so you don't know what's going to come of that. But this is all magical damage, which is good.
I'm going to just put 29 points of damage, and you can roll randomly to see which way it pushes him. I don't have
you
a
get to
great idea
choose.
for it.
You get to choose.
Well, then I will try to push him toward the high side so that he flops down the other side.
Okay, and let me see how he handled it. You said 29?
Yeah, 29. So
And he
he'll
falls
also be
prone, right?
pushed, 26 feet.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to go the high side with that, that's the first hit that this creature has actually taken. Okay? That damn near bloodies him in one strike, Danny. Because it did quite a bit of damage to him. So let's use Shadow Goblin number 2. And as you throw him back that 20 foot in that direction, we got 5, 10, 15. At that point, he's over the top of the roof. 20, 25. Right here, he's coming down on the edge of the roof and hitting that and possibly falling off the other side. That's what's going to happen on that shot.
And he goes prone too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to roll to see.
Yeah, he'd have like a deck save to see if he could grab onto the roof or something.
Yeah. 5, 10. Bam. Okay, he's going to fall, and he moved that far, so that's 15 foot up in the air. So he's going to fall. Now, these things only take half damage from falling because of the massive they are, but I want you to roll me 3d6, and he's going to take half of that, Danny.
$13.
Or, I'm sorry, it would have only been 2d6. Sorry. So what was 2 of those?
Would be -4. That puts me to 9.
Okay, we'll round up to 5. Okay. So... Okay. And he has disappeared out of your sight on the other side of the roof. You can no longer see him. Let me gray him out a little bit here. Okay. As you made that shot, you are uncertain unless you'd use your free action up to do some kind of check to see if you think that finished him off or not. But you know you put a mighty hit on him. He went flying over the other side of the roof. You heard the yell, "Nah!" Right? He lit his ass up. But you're just not sure. Once you saw the shadowy form of him, you don't know what kind of impact or what he's done on the other side of that roof. Now I'm going to roll some shit that you don't know about. Okay. Okay. Okay, Danny. What are you doing now? You've used your movement. You used your bonus action to flame on. And then you hit this son of a bitch with your Flaming Gale Phoenix whoop-de shit do move and knock this guy off there like one of Santa's elves. What are you doing now, sir?
I think he's going to. He'll just save his reaction in case something happens to him. But
Okay,
free action. He yells something like, "Take out the mages."
Okay. That works. Hey, that's Dahan. That's all day. Okay. If that is the end of your turn, the next people to go. And hey, Jeremy, I'm curious. Did you have 2 rounds so far or 3? Have you just taken 2 turns? I think you've done 3, haven't you?
Killed the goblin with the first, and I did Valkyrie's favor with the second. So coming up is the third.
Okay. Okay. Let me get this shit straightened out here right. Okay, 10. Okay, hold on. Got it. Just 1 minute here. Natius did that. Then he jumps across, did that. Shot is here. Just here. Okay, that works. Okay, now number 10, Soul Blade Goblins. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, how many more we got left? We have these 2 here. Okay. So, you are number 1. Okay. And make sure I've got my numbers in a row here. Okay. Alrighty then. This goblin seems to come up from down the street straight at you guys. And now, because of the blowing snow and shit like that, it obscured vision to a certain degree. But this one goblin, 15, 20, 25, 30, seems to march up the middle of the street. And he has around him this aura. And the aura that is surrounding him begins to grow. Okay. And as that happens, he seems to say some kind of chant. And the words almost sound like they're being backwards sucked in through your all's ears, through the blowing snow and things like that, and the chaos around. You all can hear like muttered words against the wind and the snow. They're kind of unclear, but Tamara, you hear these words very clearly. Okay? It asks you, trying to, let me, actually, there's different things. Let me see what it does ask you. Okay, you hear this goblin's voice say to you, "We shall obey the Goblin Lord." And as he falls down to one knee, you get $11 temporary hit points. Okay? And I need you to roll a saving throw versus 15.
A what saving throw?
This is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that was a nat one.
Okay. So as that happens, mark down a failure on your sheet.
Isn't this your second failure?
Well, I had one removed, so now I have 2 failures again.
Right. Okay. And you feel and you see Silwyn beside you, and Sade would see this as well. You see all of a sudden some of that black shadow energy seems to start to swirl around her and seems to protect her, giving her a boistered life. And you guys see a flash of this dark energy kind of come across the eyes of the mask that lays on top of her face. And for just a moment, Tamara's not fighting it as much as she once had.
Becoming the Goblin Lord.
Okay, as it sacrificed some of itself and took its turn to heal you, being its true master. All right.
One more failure.
So you
and
said
she's
I
gonna
got
go out and
plus-
steal somebody's baby brother.
Did you say I get plus 11 to my health points?
These are called temporary hit points. So if this thing loses concentration on, or they don't go towards your maximum, but they only last for so long. You're not sure how long.
Okay, I'll just put plus 11.
Okay, and then put like a Mr. Yuck symbol beside it. Some shit, like a frowny face or something. Okay, as that happens,
Hey, Brian, quick
Yes.
question though. With
Yeah.
temporary hit points, if you get attacked, do you take away from the temporary first and then regular
Yes.
HP?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so with that, this thing also says these whispered words, and all the goblins on the screen get to use half of their movement automatically and make one attack, as he is commanding them as the merc on the other side of things. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to that right now real quick.
She wants up here. She come up here.
Okay, so
I
this
just
is
want to have you
number-
guys know that my nat 1 says fuck. And so that's what I rolled.
Okay.
I get it. Okay,
What is your injured tail doing on the screen?
6. Okay. All right. So, with that, let's see who wants to do what here. Oh, stop it. Get over there where I want you to be. Okay. So we've got Tamara, we've got this, we've got this. We've got Iggy over here is using Sanctuary, so Isadora cannot be attacked. He has done banishment, but he needs the whole concentration. Well, no, he rolled that roll, so the thing was completely banished the first time it tried. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some attacks here. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, Danny, what's the range of a dagger being thrown? What's the low and high range of it for Bastille? Do you remember? Is it 60 foot?
60 foot is high, is like the short range. After that, it gets start taking disadvantage or
Okay.
penalties.
Shadow Goblin here in the front, he's trying to pinpoint you, Dahan. That is going to be a 22 to hit, Dahan.
Misses.
Okay. Oh, shit. That's going to be a 30 to hit Sade. That would hit. And it would do, this right here is not the problem with it. The one, that plus that gets caught up in what she's wearing and does not hurt her. But it's this part of it that does. Okay, and she takes, and with failing sickness, her 7 points of necrotic damage. I know that Sade was looking pretty rough, and then you guys healed her up quite a bit. But she's still not fantastic. In that one, a dagger with dark energy came to her and was thrown and hit her from a distance with disadvantage and still hit her. And she took a dagger right beside you, Silwyn, and cringes as she tries to pull the thing out of her, and you see the black iron fall to the ground. That's 1-2. Okay, instant for this one here. He's going to shoot at Ignatius. That's a miss with that one. And then...
remember I saved my reaction?
Yes.
So with that, I'd like to use Aura of Rebirth.
Okay, and what is that being directed on?
Shit.
Well, I don't think there's any shit on the screen, Danny. I don't know where you're going to point that.
I'm looking to see if I've got the range to hit Sade. Where's Sade compared to him?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 foot away.
Never mind, I can't make the range.
Okay. Okay. So, and you have... That's going to be it for that for the time being. And now we are going to start our round back over again. Okay? So, the first person to go in the rotation is going to be Sade, followed by Iggy. And number 3 will be Dagger Goblins. Number 4 will be Mayasha. And then number 5 will be Spell Goblins. The number 6 will be Merc. So, Merc, you're the one that's on deck once I get through all this NPC shit, okay? Alright. So, first up, Sade. She's got to get that mask off no matter what. And she knows she was lucky enough to be able to knock that off Gleander. Let me roll a check here to see how wise of a move she makes. I'm going to roll a saving throw for her. And, well, an ability check to see how good of an idea she uses. That's 16. This is going to be good to average. Okay. She is going to try... She's going to try to do another stunning strike. He's going to try to stun someone. Okay, so she's not going to put anything special on it because she doesn't want to, you know, cave you in or anything with this, but that's what she's going to try to do. So from where Sade is, she is going to move to here, and you can hear her say, Silwyn, sorry, love, but this is going to hurt you far more than it hurts me. As she draws back and puts in this palm-like strike into the side of Tamara. Tamara, I would like for you to do an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence.
We'll do a perception check.
Perception. Better. It's going to be a 18.
Okay. As you're fighting to control this mask, your eyes are back, you're trying to push and shove yourself, but for some reason you see her come along the side of you and you hear these things ring true in your ears. She's going to attack you. Okay? And you notice this even though you're having a battle with this thing, so you're not surprised by this attack at all. As a matter of fact, playing with the one that you rolled earlier in the saving throws, this might seem like someone's trying to defy you at this point. Okay? What is your armor class primary, Tamara?
23.
Okay. She misses. She misses outright with the first attack. As she does, you take your shield and you throw it up against her foot, her fist. What's that?
Did you roll that first attack with advantage?
Oh, no, I did not. Oh, that's different. Okay, yes, that hits. Okay, much better. Thank you, Jeremy. With that, You need to roll versus stun. Okay. And that is going to be a DC of... I rolled a natural 20. Oh, Sade, you beautiful thing. So, if I'm not mistaken, I thought your stuff was... I think she had either 7 or 8. Let me roll 1d8 and see what you get. I usually roll dice for things like this. 4. So, the DC is going to be 24. Now, here's the thing about the mask. For every time you failed against this thing, which is twice now, you get a +2 versus the saving throw as it is starting to take hold of you and start to empower you in some way. So when you're rolling your Constitution save right now to see if you're stunned by this, add a +2 to what you normally roll.
Okay. And you said Constitution?
It is, yes. You have to be at 24.
That's going to be a 16. So it's going to be a 22.
Okay, you failed. So with that, you stand there in complete shock and locked up, and you have that blind flash moment where you're pretty much out on your feet as her stunning strike was successful on you. She is out of key points for the day. They are gone. All right. She did that as her major action. She is going to use her bonus action to take patient defense. I think it's something you do as a monk as a bonus action. And I think that gives her half damage versus the next thing it attacks her, or a chance to dodge or parry. And then she is going to stand in between Tamara and the goblins. So I'm going to move her just a little bit. Right here. Okay? And she is going to face all of them. Okay? She's going to, well, she already used her free action. She doesn't have time to shout out anything else. And it is going to be her turn. Okay. Number 2 is going to be Ignatius. Ignatius. He is going to try to, he already used one of his vanishing strikes. He doesn't want to have to do another one. He's going to throw 2 more guiding bolts over at this one with advantage because it's lit up from the last time he cast on it. Okay? Let me roll his attacks. That hits. And that one did not. Let's see what the first one does. Four plus his charisma bonus. That. Okay. Let me see if that is enough. Okay, that is number 6 of the spell goblins. 6. And it is slain. When he hits this one, he explodes that shadow energy into practically nothingness. As he hits through 2 more guiding bolts, soar from his staff, and land and hit true on this thing, and send it back to the realm of which it came. It fades out of existence and is defeated. With that thing dying, Tamara, you take 4 points of psychic damage, and I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, nat 20 plus.
Okay. That's awesome.
6.
That's super good. When that one died, you almost felt obliged to summon another one in its place. The psychic damage, and you heard that thing scream inside your head as it was killed by Ignatius.
Is that psychic damage coming from my temporary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. but you're able to fight off and resist it. At first, you felt hatred for Ignatius. You were angered with what he had done. And then you thought you would conjure up another, but you were able to fight back and resist with that natural 20. Put down one success, and now you're back down to just one failure. Okay?
Tamara's just going to play this seesaw game of nat 1, nat 20.
Yeah, and it's kind of how this thing works. It's really interesting. Okay? So, with that, Ignatius has went 3. Sade once. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and go to number 3, which are dagger goblins. And here they come. Here they fucking come. Okay, number 3. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It'll do it. Okay. Okay, it runs up to you, and that is number 3 for the dagger goblins. Yeah, he's a fresh one. All right. So he's going to take his attacks. His attacks have advantage on this turn because of what this one back here did if it's large chant and shit that it let out. The miss. It's a 19 on the second one. Okay. So, I don't know if, I can't remember if Sade has Counter-Strike or improved Counter-Strike. I don't remember. Remember seeing her ever use that, Jeremy? I don't believe so, so we're just going to leave it as it is. So the 19 hits and breaches her. Okay? So damage and a half. Let's go ahead and roll what that is. Okay, so 4. 8. Okay, 8 is enough to breach what she is typically wearing. So her armor has taken 1 breach. 1 breach. And she takes non-lethal damage from that, which is, that would be 1 point of lethal. Okay? And that would take all of that to do that. Okay? And then she needs to roll Constitution saving throw. Natural 2. That sucks. She failed. Okay. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 11. Okay, she takes 11 points of necrotic damage. And right now, Silouan, you can see that Sade is worse than bloodied. She's hurt. Okay? She is in between bloodied and death's door. She's really taken some hits. As she does that, the goblin holds its ground and stays there. We're going to use pack tactics. This goblin here, which no one has really been able to see, he seems almost translucent. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 60. Okay, yeah, he can do that. Okay. It's going to run up forward. Let's go ahead. Which number were you again? You were 6. Okay. And from here, it is going to shadow step and show up behind Silouan. Silouan, I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's going to be 17.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, 25 to hit. Silowin, does that hit you?
Mm-mm. Yours is 25.
It is 25, so yes.
Okay. So, out of nowhere, you feel the stabbing pain from behind you as your attention is drawn forward. You saw these daggered shadow goblins start to merge and come down the alleyway, looking at you guys. And worried for Tamara's life, you seem to be more focused on her well-being, as all of a sudden you feel pain, and quite a bit of it, stab into the back of you as this thing has done a sneak attack against you. Danny, how many d6s do I add for a level 7 rogue? Is it 2 or 3?
It's more than that. Let me look at Bast.
Can I use my feet elusive step on this, or is it not able to because of the sneak?
Yeah, this one was, you were blindsided by this, yes. Now that brings up an interesting point. I typically would say you can use elusive step if something would have hit you that you could see, and that gives you what, like half damage against it?
Sorry?
What does that do? Reduce the damage by half, or?
No, it increases my ability to move out of the way.
If you
Yeah.
did, you would have to do it with disadvantage because this thing did a sneak attack against you. You didn't see it coming.
I know his at 9 is like 5d6 because he's okay. But beginning at first level, you know how to strike subtly and exploit a flow distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack roll.
Okay.
Attack roll. The amount of damage increases. So it's like you actually have to look at the rogue class. It's a scaled thing in the rogue class. Let me look.
Okay. I got it real quick. I got a book real quick. I just can't remember how many it is. Just a moment. Okay. Rogue 94.
My backpack.
It's probably like 3 or 4d6 for a
Yeah.
6 level.
That's what I'm thinking. I just want to make sure when it comes to this kind of damage, I just want to make sure that I'm not doing too much. Okay. It's 4 this level. That's
Mama.
7 plus.
And
Oh
then you.
shit.
She's
15. 17.
good. Yeah.
Okay. And did that break your armor class? Well, you would have been surprised. So you wouldn't have been able to dodge or anything against it. It would have breached you.
It did not
Okay.
breach me.
Well, here's the trick. Since it surprised you, you don't get your evasion or your weapon defense against it. So it's coming against you with a much lower armor class than if you could have perceived it coming at you. So in that case, it would have breached you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Which is unfortunate. It sucks. That's just the nature of the beast in this. That is 26 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not great. 14.
That just passes. That just passes. So you take an additional 3 points of necrotic damage on top of that. Okay? Now, this didn't hurt your armor because he was able to find a seam in there and got that. As the dagger hits that curse on you, and you are going to have disadvantage on your next attack. Make sure to write that down because of the hit that it put on you. Okay? And with that, it is going to stay there. Okay? Now, we've got... Let's see what you do here, buddy. You are number 5.
Almost bloodied.
Silowin's bloodied?
No, almost. Sorry.
Okay. You scared me there for a minute. Damn it. Okay. That is going to be all they go on their turn. Okay. So then we've got third. Okay, number 4 is going to be Miasha. Miasha failed her turn last time, so she has to spend her whole turn trying to get the hell away from these things as she is feared. Okay? And her
Quick question.
movement... Yeah, what's up?
With Aura of Courage, it's 15 foot within me. Anybody is immune to fear. So would that clear it since she's within the range of me?
Now, here's the question. First off, we should have brought this up when it happened.
Well, she wasn't near me whenever it happened.
True. So if she's afraid of something, and then you moved up beside her, correct? So I'm trying to decide how that would work because she hasn't had a chance to. She failed initial saving throw. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give her another one. And is she straight up immune if she's around you, or does she get bonuses to it?
It's immunity to fear while she's within 10 feet of me.
Okay. Well, since this was already cast on her before you moved up there to it, I'm going to give her advantage on the saving throw to fight against it, or else she's flying, okay?
And she'll also add 4 to her saving throw for aura of protection.
Okay. All right. First one. 10 on that one. And you said plus what else? 4. 20. Okay. And Danny, roll me a DC, a 1d20 and a 1d8.
17.
He passes. She is no longer under the grips of her fear. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Miasha. Okay, and let's go ahead and get rid of this bullshit here that we don't want on her anymore. And the aura vanishes from around her. As I wrote, nope, wrong one. As we try again to remove, there it is, okay. Much better situation. Okay, so I'm going to say that pretty much, trying to decide how much of her action I want that for her to be able to take to fight that back. If I were playing her, how much of my turn would I expect to still get after I rolled another saving throw and was broke free of it? So I think I could act normally on my turn now, couldn't I, Jeremy?
I would almost say that because of his thing, that's almost a free action.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say just in your...
Promise might have seen her afraid and gave her some bolstering words to help her get away from it.
Okay. I'm going to say it pretty much just melts the effect right off. And once again, now that you're doing your things, I'm going to give you your aura, okay, buddy? The Brahma seems to start looking like this as he starts pulling all the shit and doing all the stops. And this comes out from around his character. And there he is. And now she's free to do what she would on her turn. Okay. So, I'm going to roll this. Well, no, she was trying to uncover her fear, but she's extraordinarily perceptive. I'm going to see if she notices that Silouan is getting attacked by this shadow imp, or shadow goblins behind her. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, she definitely does at that point. She is going to go, let's see, Miasha, what are you going to do? Boy, it'd be better if you were here. Go 5, 10, 15. Okay, she's going to go right here, and she's going to lash out with several different attacks with her chakrams from a distance. Okay? She is going to have advantage because this thing is flanked by 2 different creatures. See how she does here.
Don't forget to add her radiant damage.
Yeah, it's 18 plus. Yeah, that hits the creature on the first attack through, and she brings the first one down, and she brings the other one on top of her shoulder in a downward motion. That one is going to be, that one would hit as well. Okay, on her first one, does she get a 2d6 on her first attack? Okay. Get that added up here. 2d6 plus her other good stuff here. Okay, and she has bonuses. "21 points of slashing damage upon the creature." That is number 6. I think that's a one that's pretty healthy. Yeah, okay. So what did I say? How much damage was that I just said, Danny? 21?
20. I think it was 26.
26. Okay,
Thanks.
yeah, that's right. Okay, and she's going to take her bonus action and do a kick, which she can do as a dancer, and she is going to jump and do that at 10 foot. So after she slices once, twice at this thing, she's going to bound up into the air, and she's going to come down with a kick. With a kick, when she does, I believe, of this kind, she can add a cantrip to one of her kicks as she does it. And she is going to add to it a, what is the Sacred Flame to the actual kick. So let me do the attack for this. Okay, that's a hit. Okay. And then kick damage is actually higher than her chakrams. Okay. Okay, 11 there. And then $11 there. 22 total. This thing is hurt really, really bad, but it is clinging on to life.
Did you add the 1d6 radiant from?
Oh, I didn't.
Suffer?
This could do it. This could do it right here. It's got 1 hit point left. It is fudged. Okay. So, it is barely hanging on. As she just came in, all kinds of craziness. Oh no, it's dead. I didn't add the bonus 1d6 for her jumping the 10 foot using her advanced martial arts on that. So, yep, she's done. She rolled 2, killed it by 1. So, it's taken out and gone. Shadow 6. And we see it fade from behind that. And you would hear her say something sarcastic. Well, no, I tell you what, in this moment, probably not. She would say something to you, Silouan. She says something in that accent. She goes, "I've got you. Try to watch out more carefully next time."
Thanks for covering my back.
It's no problem.
Silouan has a slightly better outlook on Miyasha.
I love how easily you're swayed. It's like, I hate you. But you're looking a little better right now. It's looking a little better.
She's super gullible. It's fine.
It's all good. I like that. Okay, so with that ends their turn. And now we are going to make sure I've got this right. Spell Goblins, and then number 6 is Merc. So Spell Goblins are going, then it's you, okay, Merc? Alright. Let's see here. Number 2, huh? Okay. You are number 3. Okay. And partial cover. Okay. All right. So, this goblin here is going to start chucking some pretty impressive shit off the top of this roof. Okay? The first target is going to be Dahan. Okay. And let me make sure I know what I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and do, yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Okay. So, this thing is going to throw some more of these shadow bolts your way, Danny. Okay? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yep, you're within range. Okay. I need you to do me a perception check to see if you're able to see this thing. It has partial cover.
Natural 20.
Are you shitting me? You wouldn't see it, but when these things start coming through the air and whizzing at you, nicely done, sir. You perceive them as they're coming through the sky. Okay? Now, these things have quite a bit of velocity, and they have a +2 to hit because of that chart that we talked about, that we made back in the day. Okay? So, versus these, your ability...
I gotta ask, why is Heather hiding behind the chair?
That probably has something to do with the amount of alcohol she's consumed. We're going to try to get to her next turn before it completely goes to shit. So we're going to have to hurry through this one.
She's putting together a cardboard cat house for the pregnant cat.
Who is screaming back here if you guys don't hear her?
That's fantastic. Hey, sometimes in your downtime, you got to do what you got to do.
I am listening, though, and I will come back for my turn.
You know, it's perfectly fine. There's a lot of downtime in this shit. I'm playing for like 9 goblins and 2 NPCs. So, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, shit. Natural 19. 33. Does that hit you, Danny?
What is it?
33.
Oh, yeah, hits and breaches.
Okay. And then the second one misses with a 4. Okay, so when this thing comes at you and you catch on, you look over your shoulder and kind of cock that eyebrow as this thing starts to materialize in the air on its way to you, and you can start to see the lit up skull, the distant darkness in it as it starts to materialize about halfway down the roof coming towards you. And as you go to react, you're just a little bit late as you're still looking up on the roof, wondering what happened to the one on the other side. Okay? Still lost in thought on that one just a little bit. As this sucker piles into the side of you. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, you get one die. Ooh. Okay. 13 points of necrotic damage, which does not get absorbed by the armor. This hits and penetrates necrotic. And then I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask your question. I'm sorry.
Holy fuck, no way. Same die, double. Look at this shit. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
Holy shit. Yeah, he passed the Constitution check, and he's going to do Asllani Blood Oath. So when something draws blood, he gets Hunter's Mark, 1d6 damage, and can use again half hit point target save. So they got a save versus charisma.
Okay. This is a pretty neat one, Merc. You'll like this one. Check this out, Jeremy.
17 plus 7, so that's 24.
Okay, and he's doing it's a charisma.
Yep.
He failed with a natural 1.
It is a compelled duel. He can focus on nothing but fighting me.
Okay.
It is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna regret you said that, you drunk fool. On like Donkey Kong. So, for all you country music lovers out there or old Nintendo people, that's for you. Danny's character has this thing where if you draw blood on him, he can use this oath so many times a day, and he can draw you into combat with him. He does, and explain. Don't you start doing like the chants and the hoo ha,
Yeah.
all that shit.
So basically, when he hit him, he looked at him like,
Yeah, did the tongue out like the tattooed Samoan warriors. Hell yes, dude.
I can't do that with Sean on here because he'll be like, man, that's not quite right.
That's not quite right. Yeah, that's awesome.
He
This
is
thing's in
alive.
a compelled duel with you now. With that, he is going to use his movement then.
If it looks like I'm vibrating, it's not my fault. It's a big brown dog. She's
Okay. You passed that check. I just want to tell you what you started to feel as this thing was coming over you. You would still take 3 points more of psychic damage. And this thing was starting to whisper commands to you when that thing hit. And as soon as you heard the first couple syllables of it on your ears, that's when you just shook your head, stuck your tongue out, and fought back with this blood oath and shit. So you really countered that well, Danny. That's good. Okay, that is going to be it for them as of right now. Yes, that's because I've got other plans. We're good. Okay, cool. All right. Brahmas, Merc, buddy, it is your turn. What would you like to do with it? You've got this one up here that's attacking Sade. You have Tamara, which is in a battle against the powers of this mask. You have a spell casting one up here on the roof, and another dagger one way over here to the side of this stairway coming down from a little higher raised section of the city. It's quite a bit of ways from you, but you also have different spells that can take care of that shit too. So what would you like to do on your turn, buddy?
Don't care to zoom out and give me just a second.
Yeah.
Can you zoom out to where I can see the mage and the one on the stair?
That work for you? So just to give you an idea, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 foot away here. 60 foot away here, but then you've got 20 foot up to get to the top. Okay? And this in here would be 45 foot away here.
Hey, just curious, that fellow that I've compelled duel with, wouldn't he have used his movement to come closer to me?
He did. He was over here on this side of the roof hiding his pitch. And when you did do that, he was going to use it for something else, but he came his movement and jumped down this roof here.
Okay.
And came up to here for you. That's a good call, but yeah, I did that.
And it's fair to say I can't see anything past the 3 there, right?
Correct. Unless you want to use your action to do a perception check with advantage. If you want to actually walk beside them and scan on down the hallway, I would let you do that, but it would take your major action to do so.
All right. So I'm going to move 20 feet forward to be behind Miasha.
Okay. Gotcha. And then once you're there, what are you doing?
I'm going to bonus action Misty Step 30 foot forward
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to put you right there, or here, or here, or was that the direction you wanted to go?
Yep.
Okay, so you're on the other side of this goblin now that is engaged with Sade. You would be flanking it.
Now, if I were to move beyond that, would it still get an attack of opportunity, or is it busy with her?
I would roll for it to see. Yeah, because once you get into its range, well, but you also just jumped there too, so I'd have to do a check to make sure it wasn't surprised.
Well,
You know
that's
what I'm
cool.
saying?
I'll go ahead and stay there for the second and wail on it.
Is that what you want to do? Alrighty, buddy, go ahead. And what is the nature of the wailing?
I am going to come down on it as I pop up out of what it doesn't feel like is existence at all. I just kind of appear and basically hammer dropping a greatsword down on him.
Nice, buddy. Are you using any kind of moves where you're jumping with it at the same time, or spinning, or anything like that, or are you just going?
Not right
Oh,
this
well, you
second.
used your movement, didn't you? Okay.
I'll only use 20 foot of it.
Okay, I'm going to roll to see if it was surprise. Your stealth ain't worth a shit, but you did just pop up behind it. So let's see if it's surprised by this. You know what? Yeah, it would be surprised by the fact that you popped up right behind it and were attacking it with flanks. You have advantage. You have a plus 2d6 to your first attack, right? So go ahead and tell me what you're doing, buddy. Roll your attack.
Well, that's a nat 20.
No shit. Damn.
So that is going to be 2d6 plus 2d6 plus 10.
Yes, remember, you double all the dice, and then you add your bonuses afterwards. So tell me what you're rolling and what this looks like. Because you use your bonus action to Misty Step, correct? Okay. Now you're here, you got a surprise on it with a d20. So your sword does 2d6, right? Okay. Now, do you have that true strike or any of that shit still as feats where if you attack it and beat it by so much, you do additional stuff? Or did you get away with that? Okay.
That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the weapon damage.
Okay. That's times 2. The 22.
No, oh shit. We're supposed to roll 46 or just 2d6 double it?
2d6 and double it.
Oh, okay. You want me to just re-roll that?
Yeah. Ones are re-rolls on 20s.
All right, that is 10, so 20.
Okay. You got 20 so far, and then plus your bonuses.
And that's 7 on the radiant damage, so 14 radiant damage.
Okay, we got 34 so far, and then you got
And
your
then my
regular
attack bonus is a plus 10.
Okay, dude, 44. Jesus Christ. You think you could finish this thing off if just you had a little bit more anywhere in your reserves tank to pull off? You want to do your weapon specialization on it, add a 1d4? Okay, if you can roll 4 on this, you kill it in one strike, buddy.
Do you recall if I've used my 1d6 yet?
I don't, but this is also double 2 because it's a 20.
That would be a 3.
Okay, so that's 6 altogether. You took it out, bud. You took it out. Now, when you did that, something happens. Okay? This one in particularly. All right, when you slay this thing, and there's things I'm doing that you guys don't understand. There's things for when they hit you. There's 1d4s that I'm rolling for when they take fatal blows. You got a bad one. All right. So as you finish this thing and your sword goes down, to tell me the arc of the blade, paint me a picture, buddy. What's it look like when you take this fucker down?
I would say this Brahmas pretty much just appears out of thin air. It's almost like he started swinging before he disappeared. And
Yeah.
just as soon as he appeared, it's just a big wide arc straight down on this thing.
With trails of the radiant energy and stuff back behind it. So as it flashes in and out of existence and fades, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
$19.
Okay, you pass. So you only take half of this. Okay? Dark energy erupts and surrounds Brahmas's body. You feel it, Merc, inside of Brahmas. You feel like, for the first time, your fortress is under attack by something. You've never been hit by something this strong before. Okay? As this soul erupts, and there's some angered part of this creature that is trying to take a vengeance against you. This is a chance this can happen when one of these is slain, and it happened in your case. As it does, you see bits and pieces of stone start to fall from the ceilings, and the room almost shakes, and you can hear the whispered echoes of the goblins cackling and shit inside of Brahmas now, just not happening on the outside, but inside there with you. As this shit comes out and swings at you, and these little arms reach out of the shadows, like they did when everyone was running through the city previously. This shit penetrates deep into Brahmas and attacks you personally. Okay? And this is just how you see it. This casts the harm spell. Okay? I gotta roll some dice, and you're taking half of this because you passed your saving throw.
I'll say, what is that? I've got 1 on the save against those sacrifices. Does that affect anything?
Yeah, you have a success. So I'm gonna write that down. Okay, shit. Okay. 11. Just a minute. Shit. Okay. 10. That would have been 47 points of necrotic damage. And because you passed, you only take 23. But you still are rocked on the insides of this thing as this stuff pierces right into your soul. 23 points of necrotic damage. And that thing is slain. Okay? Woo! Goodness. Okay, was there anything else you had? You use your bonus action?
I've still got
your movement?
I've still got 15 feet of movement. So I'm going to go up to the next goblin.
Oh, D, because you only moved 20, then you use... Oh, well done, buddy. Good job. Thank you.
All right. As a matter of fact, for him, I am going to do a leap strike as soon as I'm right there. So I'll just, from where I'm standing, do a leap strike after him.
Okay, awesome, buddy. So let's go. You can do like a 10-foot leap strike, 5, 10, right beside him. Okay. You have an attack left still. You had 2 this turn, right? 3 this turn? Okay. Go ahead and come down with your leap strike.
That's a 29 to hit.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. This one has a plus 1d6. Because of your Valkyrie's favor.
And I'm also going to throw in a Divine Smite on it, if you'll allow it.
Well, oh yeah, I will, because it doesn't take a bonus action or anything to do that. What level would you like to do that at?
I want to do it at second.
Okay, add your d8s accordingly and tell me what you get plus 10. Remember, add in your jump damage. Make you face him at least, hell. And then after him, it's going to be Tamara. You're on deck after this. Okay.
That's 14 weapon damage.
Okay, plus 10 is 24. And then you doing your Divine Smites?
That was 10 plus the 4 I rolled, so 14.
Okay.
Another 5 from the 1d6 of Valkyrie's favor.
Okay. That's 19, right?
And then that would be... Yeah, that's 4 for the strike. That leap strike.
Okay, so that takes up to 23. And then you had a second level Divine Smite, right?
Yeah, that was, I think it was 8 damage altogether for that one.
Okay.
2d8.
So you did
Or
a total
was it
of
2d8 or
20.
2d6? I can't recall. Yeah, it's 2d6.
It's 2d8 plus an additional 1d8 at every... Oh, but you cast at level 2. That's the base level of it, right? Okay. Yep. So 23 altogether. All right. This thing looks hurt. That is what you got out of that. And I'd like for you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Another 19.
Okay, you pass, and you only take 2 points of necrotic damage. Okay? From actually being up there and hitting it, that nature.
I'm going to swing at it the last time.
One more attack, go ahead.
How's this thing looking?
It is bloody. I don't know if the haircut just makes everything you do look more intense, Jeremy, or what it is, buddy. Oh, shit.
The 21 to hit.
21 misses.
How about if I add 4 to it with, or no, I can only do the weapon specialization once per turn, can't I?
That's true, yep.
Okay.
So with the final swing, it seems like it's just a little bit too fast at that point. You didn't miss it by very much. It's all, there's no breach on this thing. It's all just up front. And these things are very stealthy and very hard to track down. You guys have rolled some real good hits. That one just missed the mark, Jeremy. As you can just see, this thing is fighting for life and just barely escaped you. Okay, with that, what are you doing? Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Now, Tamara, you are up. Okay? At the top of the round, you have one failure against you now, correct?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to have to roll something real quick. Okay. So, I'm going to need you to roll wisdom, saving throw, and the DC for that, in light of what just happened. Okay, and your roll has a -2 to it. Okay, there's reasons. That has to do with how many times you failed. You've only failed the one, but I only roll a certain size dice. And on the 1d4, I got a 2. So you rolling for that, your wisdom?
It's 19.
And you got a 19?
Mm-hmm.
You have a success now, and now the DC was 18, a 16 and a 2. So upon doing that, that puts you back at even, correct?
Correct.
Okay, make sure to make a note of that. As you do, you feel and you hear something very, very familiar to you. You're all of a sudden you're having like your life kind of flash before your eyes, and you remember and see one thing particularly, and it's the voice of Riley. Okay. As you find yourself trying to fight back against this thing, you hear her words and her chants in your head, and it helps you have some level of success against the powers of this. The mask for Sade and Silouan seems to flicker in and out of existence again, and where Asliar had split it down the middle, you can see the crack start to form again, almost like it's just on the surface, and it seems to be glowing out a radiant light as the mask begins to crack again, as it is still on your head. Okay? You have your turn now. Okay? What is it you would like to do? As this thing is on your face, and you have passed your saving throw, but it is not quite destroyed yet.
I think I want to cast Identify on it to see if I can find any other weak spot.
Okay.
Or it'll give me...
Go ahead.
I was saying, if it would give me any more inclination of how to beat it.
Okay. So is Identify a major action? It's a full turn thing to do, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you would please remind me, read me just kind of the ins and outs of what it does and what it can tell from this.
Okay, so its duration is instant, but the casting time is 1 minute. So I choose one object that I must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting it and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Okay. And there's no roll for this, correct?
Yeah, it just says it's casting 1 minute. Touch is the range. It's instant.
Okay. Well, if it's a casting of 1 minute, that's going to hold you up for quite a while here. But you can do that if you'd like.
I don't think I want to hit myself in the face with a flail, so I'm gonna.
I mean, you know.
That doesn't seem like Tamara's style.
I get it. So you have movement.
You
if
don't
you
worry.
want to go do a personal battle with this thing and try to use Identify on it as it's still on you, you can. You're in between two of your allies now, and Miasha's back. You can drop down and use your free action and tell them, "Hey, look, I'm trying to sort this out. Cover me. Give me time." And I can let that happen, but it's not going to happen immediately. It takes a minute to do it.
Okay. Well, actually, maybe I won't do that.
Okay.
Can it... Can I like roll like and just physically I know I'm strong. Can I just try to continue to break it apart or break it off me?
Absolutely, you can try to do that. Yeah.
Okay, so Tamara's gonna grab each horn and then I'm going to try to physically overpower it.
Okay. So what I'll do is, because you're having a soulful battle with this thing, and it is trying to render you, I will let you either use your charisma or your strength to battle against this thing to get it off your face. I'll let you be the one decides.
I'm gonna use my charisma.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charisma ability check.
So that's gonna be I rolled a 17 plus 4 is 21, and I'm proficient in charisma. So that's gonna be 20. Oh,
Can you be?
25.
That's really good. Okay. Plus you just beat the saving throw and you're back to square one again.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna roll the DC to see how this goes for you, okay?
Okay.
This looks pretty good in your favor. This looks pretty good. Yeah, you crushed it. Okay.
Yes!
So, as you go to pull this thing off, you're not able to break it in half. It seems like there's still something holding it together, but you're able to pull it off of you.
Sweet.
Okay? As you do, I'll give you just a real quick reaction. What are you doing? Are you holding it in your hand? Are you throwing it down on the ground? Are you throwing it up in the air? What is it that you're doing with this thing when you are able to pull it off your face?
I'm going to pull it off and I'm going to continue to hold it in my hand just because Tamara knows that this had such a grasp on her. So she's just curious as to why. So I don't think she's going to throw it and get rid of it. She's going to pull it off, hold it, kind of stare at it like I mastered you, and wants to she's curious and wants to know more about it.
Okay. When you do that, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw when you remove this thing.
I'm going to be 14.
14. Okay.
Did you
When
add
you
your
pull
charisma
this
bonus?
thing, when you pull this thing from your face, what's that, Jeremy?
I was asking if she added her charisma bonus for saving throw.
You said wisdom?
Wisdom.
So I don't add charisma to that?
No, you don't. No.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
saving throws, you've got that aura of protection, which adds your charisma to saving throws, and anyone within 10 feet of you, I think.
Oh, from you, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well, it's a paladin ability as a whole. It's aura of protection.
Okay, so
You
that
and
would have
anybody
made
within
that
10 feet of
an
you would
18.
get a bonus.
would have been an 18. That still would have been just a little bit short, though. It damn near made a difference, but it was short still. He had a really good DC roll on that one. So this is what happens. And I want you to think about this, okay? When you pull this mask off of your face, your body hurts from it. It's almost like there is some kind of soul being taken out of you. This thing didn't want to leave you. Okay? And as you do, you take 13 points of psychic damage. As you look at the mask, and you're looking at it from the side that your face was in, it almost looks like there's a reflective surface in the back of this mask, as if you're peering into a mirror, Tamara. And as you're holding it with your two hands, and you pull it off your face, and you're looking at it, you turn your head left and you turn your head right, and you're looking at this thing, and you see the image of Valdera's face on the inside of this mask, looking back at you as if that's what you truly look like. As if some kind of darkness has tainted you. And this drives a deep fear into your body, and that represents the psychic damage that you just took. When you see that, you are fully convinced that this is a real thing happening. Okay? You're seeing an image of her in the back of this mask and as you move your head around, it's you. What are you
I'm gonna
doing?
say when Tamara sees that, then she's gonna have that internal fear kind of panic, and she's gonna smash it on the ground.
Okay. Okay, just roll me a normal strength.
That's a 19.
Okay. As you do throw it down onto the ground, you are somewhat dazed from this. I will say the pulling the thing off and everything was going to be your major action. Okay. I will say the throwing down was like a bonus action type thing for you. Okay, so you're still going to have your reaction and you're still going to have your movement. Okay? So you can still react to things that happen. And you're still going to have your movement. As you threw it, just for the hell of it, tell me what direction you threw it down, of course, so it's going to be within 5 foot of you. Where in these squares around you got the 3 above you and the 3 below, where would you like the map to be thrown down at? Do you want me to roll for it to be random because you just kind of reacted, or do you want to throw it a certain way?
I'll just throw it directly in the square below me.
Okay. The mask lands on the square down below you. Okay. With that, the whispers seem to cease. And that's all you can really make out at this point, where you're almost like shell-shocked a little bit from what you've just had happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you like to move on your turn?
Do I want to move? I might take. I don't know if I want to move. I'm gonna roll and see if I want to move.
She takes as an action.
No, I rolled lower than 10, so I'm gonna stay still. I'm not gonna move.
Okay. All right. Cool. I like it. Okay. After that, Tamara's had her third turn. Silouan, you are up, young lady. What is the deal?
I'm counting. Sorry. Can we zoom out a little bit?
Absolutely, I can. The mask has just been thrown down right beside you. You have this one over here that Brahma seems to be in current combat with. You have this shadow goblin that seems to be running towards Dahan as if it wants to engage in combat with him. And at the very far end of this pathway, you see one that seems to have this aura that's about 10 or 15 foot around of him, where the ground itself seems to be swimming with those little black hands that chased you guys earlier throughout the streets, almost like a dark ocean of these souls of these goblins just reach out all around its feet as it is marching up, a little bit stronger looking than the other ones, down the street towards you all.
Cool. All right. Oh, zoom out, please. Sorry.
No, I'm like, it's her. Okay, go ahead. If you want to know a distance, I can count it for you. Anything you need, just let me know.
Okay, well, what I want to do is I want to move towards the big kahuna coming, but I also want to move to where I kind of intercept the goblin going towards Dahan, because I get a, wouldn't I get like a, an opportunity attack because he'd be going past me?
If he does, yes.
Did we just lag?
Yeah, you lagged a little bit. I heard what she said about getting in between these two and things of that nature, but her face is frozen on there. There you go. I think it caught up with you. Go ahead and say something now, Heather.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now. You're still lagging a little bit, but I can hear you. Go ahead. So you were talking about you're wanting to get in here possibly because you have a 10-foot reach of your lance, and you were hoping that if this thing actually came down and charged him, that you would be able to possibly get an attack of opportunity against it as a reaction.
Yeah, but I'm going to move as far forward towards the big kahuna I can while also still being able to take an opportunity. Or, you know what? No, you know what? You're just got to deal with it on your own. I'm gonna take my full movement and just go straight towards the big guy.
Okay, cool. Now do you just want to take it, or do you want to do the dash action, which doubles your movement and takes your major action?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So what's your movement?
40.
Okay, so 80 foot. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80.
Cool.
Puts you there.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you have a bonus action left.
Yep, I'm gonna heal myself.
Okay, roll and tell me what you get. And then tell me what your hit points are when you're done, please.
Well,
Nice, good job.
Back up to 60.
Okay, is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
nope.
Okay, after that, it is number 9. That is Dahon, buddy. Okay, so you've compelled this duel with this bad boy. He seems to be coming down the roof at you. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean he has to come down and punch you. That just means he's more compelled to focus on you. He's a spellcaster. Okay?
Exactly.
So, what is it you would like to do on your turn as you could possibly get the jump on this encounter? He's about 5 foot from the edge of this roof, and this one here is shorter. This is only 10 foot tall. This is a tier down from the roof he was on before. So at that point, you are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 foot from the base of the wall. You also have him dealing with this one over here, and you're not quite in sync with this guy coming down here. Act as if you don't know about this. You just saw Silouan go dashing down the middle of the street towards something with a very determined look on her face.
I'm going to head toward the one that's coming at me.
Okay. Go ahead,
It's got to be
Dahon.
Dahon, and he takes the threat that is right in his face, so we've got to
Okay,
do that.
how many feet can you go?
He can go 35.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, it puts you 10 foot from the base of this. He's 10 foot up and
I'll
near
do
the
a-
edge of the roof.
I'll do a Gale Strike with 2d8 again. It'll be 6 this time total.
Okay, how many times a day can you do that? Until your MP's gone, or is there a set
Yeah.
amount?
Till the MP's gone.
Okay.
So his save will be 15. 15. Strength saving throw, 15. Plus my charisma bonus.
So what is my
22.
DC? 22.
22.
Okay. He fails with an 18.
All right, so he takes 3d8 wind.
Okay. Remember, I'll let you choose which way you want this to knock him, to the sides, back at a 45-degree angle. You decide how you want this to work on him.
28. 20. $32, and he will be knocked back a total of 21 feet.
Okay. Okay. Paint me a picture, Danny.
He just blows him clear off the other side of it with just a fiery wind.
Okay. So, as you guys see from down below, as he throws another one of these flaming gale strikes, as it takes the form of his fiery wings coming from his hands as he controls them. It flies up onto this roof and catches him, even though he's partially covered by the edge of this canopy. You see the body of this spell shadow goblin get blown off to the side, this direction, and then fades into nothing in midair and just turns into vapors as he's obliterated it. Now, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, Danny.
Not good. 12 total.
Okay. Okay, that is a fail. Okay, now I have to see what happens. Okay. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't done that one yet. Okay. Okay. You suffer 7 points of psychic damage. And you lose, oh shit, 7 magic points are siphoned from your body. As you have failed this thing, and as you feel that being sucked out of you, you've got to think that these are being used somewhere else. That this mana has been taken from you. It's a very sacred thing. This would really offend your character. And part of that essence of you has been taken and put somewhere else. At that moment, Tamara, roll a perception check.
That's only be a nap. 20.
Okay. This is fantastic. You can see that mask is starting to heal itself.
Okay.
As it sits there, the damage you caused to it when you threw it down has almost been taken completely away after Danny took that last attack and took that goblin out. Okay? It's on the mend, and it's not a good thing.
Okay.
All right? Danny, was there anything else you were doing on your turn, buddy? For those of you watching at home, Danny has taken what we call a piss break. Yes, when you drink beer and play D&D, you do need to take piss break. Thank you. So we're going to say that Danny's turn is done for now. And if he needs something else, we'll get back with him. The next person to go was going to be the Soul Blades. Oh, Silhouette. Brave Silhouette. Okay.
Am I about to die, Brian? Are you about to kill me?
Well, I mean, it's really not me.
Oh, but that's what you say.
I do, don't I? Okay, so this evil bastard right here, we call him Numero Uno. Let's see here.
Oh no.
Yeah, you like that? You like it? My reference and all that stuff? I have a lot of stress.
I said numero uno.
Yeah, did you hear?
I said it all fucked up.
Numero uno.
Okay. All right. This thing marches up straight into melee range. Let's see what you got going on down here, buddy. Yeah, you're not up. He's gonna stay there. Okay. All right. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, Silhouette.
18 plus, hold on. 5 is 23, and then I also get 25.
You pass the flying colors. As he enters you into this radius around him, many different necrotic hands and things reach out and try to inflict damage and harm upon you, you do a saving throw, so you only take half of the damage from this. Okay? But you will still be taking some from it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, god damn it. Sorry, you dropped my pen.
Danny, roll me a 1d4.
Four.
Ah, shit. That's not good. You should be mad at him, Selwyn.
Broke up mentally.
You would take 9 points of necrotic damage. And
Is
you
that
would
half?
take, yeah, that's going to be, that's halved. So that would be 4. We'll round it down to 4. And you would also take 4 points of slashing damage, but here's the thing. That 4 points is not enough to break your armor's breaking point. Okay? So you only take that as non-lethal damage.
Okay.
So you have these arms, these 4 arms were able to get you out of there. That's how many Dan rolled. And when they were scratching and clawing at you, they hit the armor and jarred you and stuff, but none were strong enough to get through. So
Wait. Can I use my elusive step?
No, babe. You didn't take 9 there.
Oh.
You only took 4.
No, we said necrotic and then 4.
No, but you're only taking half of all this damage.
right,
9
that's
was
right.
halved, right?
No.
No, 9 was full, so you only took 4 from that necrotic, and then you would have only taken 4 slashing damage, but since your armor was able to stop it, I know the breaking point of your armor is much higher than a 4, and so you only take 4 non-lethal damage
Okay.
from the slash.
Never mind. I'm not going to use it then.
Yeah, because with this instance, you really, to do an elusive step on a bunch of little goblin arms reaching up out of an orange is going to be a hell of a task, and it would be a minimal result. But you can do what you want to. It's all good.
No. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to hold
Okay.
it.
So within that, your movement right now is halved in this area, and for every 5 foot that you move within this area at the start of your next turn, we're going to roll this again, unless you jump out of it. That is a good option that you particularly have, which makes this really suck for this guy, but it's a win for you. Okay. With the rest of his turn, he is going to unleash some fury on your ass, dude. And I hope it goes well. Okay. $25 to hit.
That does hit.
But does it breach you or just hit you?
No, just hits.
Perfect. Okay. So, with that attack, you take 5 points of necrotic damage, and you take an equal amount of slashing damage, but once again,
Non-lethal.
yeah, so far your armor points have only taken 1 from the last one and 1 from this one.
Okay.
And you would have 5 more non-lethal. So you had 4 before, and that
Yes.
5 there, it's a total of 9 non-lethal damage so far.
Yes, I've already included that into my health points.
Awesome. Now, what is your non-lethal damage threshold or cap? Is it 7?
6.
Okay. So once that amount got to 6, you took 1 lethal point.
Yes, but I already had armor points from last time we played, last session, so I actually took more. I've already counted them in.
That's awesome. I just wanted to explain it in case everyone is a little bit rusty. That's awesome. You're the best, man. You got this shit figured out. Okay. So,
Let's hope so.
well, yeah, right on. Okay. Next, a 21 to hit. Miss. Did you say miss? You're muted. I can't tell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done with me. What happened?
No, he's not done with you. He gets more than 1 attack. He rolled
Okay, I'm sorry.
He rolled a 21 to hit.
That does not hit me.
Okay, and we're still not done. Hold on.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a 30.
That breaches. No, it does not breach. Just kidding.
Nice. Good deal. I knew your armor class was pretty high. Okay, so let's try and do this again. Oh, that sucks. Okay. 4 points of necrotic damage.
The halved.
No, not in this instance. This is full in this instance. Okay. And this one is 11 points of slashing. What is your armor, the breaking point of your armor? So I guess what we need to know is what's the grade of your armor? What number is that?
I don't know. Where do I find that?
You'll see a little list down there that has, it's a rectangular box. It's going to have two little squares at the end of it. One says AP and one says DR.
I'm sorry, I'm getting onto Google Drive right now.
Oh, okay. I think the grade of your armor was either a 6 or a 7. It was made out of scale. And
I mean, if you're doing armor points, it's a 6.
Okay, yeah. So that wasn't enough to get through it at once.
Okay.
But it did do another 1 point to your armor points. Okay?
Yeah, it's 6.
And then you would have taken that 9 points as non-lethal damage.
Okay, that's another 1 point.
Yes. Okay, and now he has one last thing he's going to do. And I need you to roll me a secondary dexterity saving throw.
What does secondary mean? Just a second?
Just another one, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a term for something. I was like, what does that mean?
No, it's like, what kind of shit has Brian created now, that bastard? Secondaries. What a vicious prick.
17.
Okay. And you passed. Okay. No further effect on this turn. Okay. That is going to be the end of that. And now it's the top of the turn. Now I'm going to go through some quick explanations of what the others are doing so I can get back to you all, okay? So, Sade would be up. Sade comes over and stands above this mask, okay? And she yells out to Ignatius that this thing is on the ground and she needs him to seal it away. With her free action, she shouts that up onto the roofs. She goes, Ignatius, you're needed down here. We're going to finish this thing once and for all. And as she says that, Sade gets the rest of this dust that she's been given from Vander, and she goes over and she dumps the entire handful up on the mask that is laying on the ground. Okay? Hellish Rebuke. Danny, what is the damage for that again, please? Remind me. I cast at 5th level, if you can fathom it.
That's like 3 or 4 D10.
Jeremy, D10, I believe. It's 2d10 base, and then 1d10 for each above first.
Okay, so that's what we got. Okay. Jeremy, just for the hell of it, roll me 5d10 and re-roll ones and tell me what you get.
Soundtrack is awesome.
It adds to it, doesn't it? I like it, dude. Yeah, this is a good video that I'm using for this battle music. I like it.
I'm still humbled by that, man. The only thing I can play is a fucking iPod.
It's all good. It's all good, buddy.
36.
36 points of damage. Okay.
Anybody
Here's
besides Brian
something.
play an instrument?
I think they've maybe heard me. I put like one video up one time where they might have heard me jamming. Did you ever hear it, Jeremy? I'll share something with you guys after bed. You can hear the hot mess that I am when I have a guitar. So, with that, something very interesting happens here. Okay. Ramus and Tamara and Dahan. All of you guys roll me, and Silouan. All of you all roll me a perception check, but Tamara, you're going to do it with disadvantage because of the personal battle you're having with this mask right now. And tell me what you get.
21.
30-20.
30 20s. A half-hearted fuck you from the dice.
Gonna be an 11.
Gonna be an 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perception. I'm so sorry. That's going to be a 19. I am so wrong.
I can't believe it. You just took a great pun away.
I know. I'm so sorry. You know, I'll work on it.
It's all good. We got Jeremy.
10.
10. Hey, you did better than Jeremy. You should feel pretty good about yourself, Kara. Just like throwing him axes and shit. Someone's always just one up and
Merc
on
is
him.
deeply concerned by the fact that Silouan just rushed head first against big guy. So.
That's good role playing because
We
he
all
would be.
know Silouan. Are we really surprised?
No one should be surprised.
Point. You know what's going to be bad is she comes back. She goes, "I hated fighting that goblin and killed him. And thought he was kind of cute." Damn it, man. But anyway, moving forward, I gotta. Okay. So when that happens, who rolled over a 15? Okay, and Danny. You notice that wounds all the creatures involved. Okay? So what was that amount again, Jeremy? If you don't mind, just tell me for the hell of it.
36.
Okay. And that wound reopens up Tamara on the mask, which is right in front of you with an 11. I can at least let you see that. 10 is average. So if you're looking at this thing, you see the face of Valdera begin to split again, and you can see the pain on her face, which makes you almost think in turn it's causing you pain somehow as well. When you see the radiant crackle seem to come back through the middle of her face on the back of this mask as something is damaging it, and these goblins take that. Now this is going to take me a second, guys, because I got to see how half of that damage affects some of these bastards. And that's going to be a hellacious smack to them. So we got this Shadow Goblin number 5. Okay, Brahmas, the one that you're fighting, when that happens, you see these raging flames shoot up around him in a pyre, and he is gone.
It's actually
He races right out from in front of you, okay? Just like this.
Here.
Vanish. Okay. Let's see who else is left here. We have... Let's see, we got this fellow. Okay. Dahan, with that check, you hear the one that was back behind that building that fell. You hear a scream come from on top of the roof as you see about 3 or 4 feet of a pyre of flame shoot up, and you see some shingles are blasted up into the air, and that creature is no more. That is number 2. He fades out of existence and is gone. Okay, who else we got? Let's move. We've got you. You take this much, you bastard. You are number 1. So that was 17.
Was that D&D selfies when she was holding the phone up?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Best advertisement you can get. Money can't buy better, Danny. Money can't buy better. And then we have a spell one up here on the roof. This is number 3 spell, Goblin. Last one left. Ooh, my. Okay. Take 17.
Tell me
Okay.
those lime Doritos or lime Tostitos.
Those are good. All right. So that
You're
is.
not paying attention.
Hold on. I know. That is Sade's turn. Okay. The next in the order is going to be Iggy. Iggy is going to descend and make his way towards Sade to try to help do something and put this shit out of its misery. He's going to use his full movement. Well, he won't have to because he's flying 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he can get right beside her with regular movement going at an angle. Okay, Ignatius comes down beside her. The aura fades. Okay. Tamara. As he comes down beside you, he looks the way you're holding the mask, and it's like he doesn't see what you see. Okay?
Well, I'm no longer holding the mask. It's on the ground.
Oh, sorry. That's right. Well, let's say then, for theatrical purposes, that when this thing was thrown on the ground and was hopping around, that it landed the underside up.
Right.
Okay? So you can see the Valdera face, you can see the crack reforming and things like that for theatrical purposes. Now, he looks at you in the way you're staring still at this mask after you've thrown it. And he is going to try to banish the mask. Or would he? Let me think. Let me roll for Ignatius. Jeremy, roll me a 1d20 and a 1d8.
$15.
Okay, average to decent guess at what he wants to do here. Okay. I wish I could get a hold of Ron because I'm not quite sure all the things he's capable of doing here.
Well,
but in this instance, I'm trying to think of what.
If he wants to ask me what I plan on doing, I plan on divine smiting the shit out of it on my turn.
Okay.
I do know that he has ass loads of bonuses to like Arcana and stuff like that on how to break shit.
We did, and that's how he's kind of came up with. He's kind of the inventor of a lot of this plan that we had for defeating this thing, Danny. So that's taken into consideration with that. So as he lands there, he looks over to you, goes, "Are you going to try to destroy it?" He says that to you, Tamara.
Tamara says, "Hell yes."
Well, let me see if there's something I can do to help you with that. And he calls out on that. What is the name of that spell he casts? Where it's not spiritual guardians, but it's the one where it's one creature he casts out, and if you end up in a radius of it, you take like total 20, 40 points of damage. What the hell was he used it against the Frostworm when we fought it? Let me look it up real quick.
Wasn't a sacred weapon, was it?
No, it was. Just 1 minute here, and then we'll get to this. Because I remember that he was able to cast it, and then when something got pushed into its area, it took like solid freaking damage.
I know he uses the sacred weapon a lot.
He does use sacred weapon a lot, but this was like celestial spirit or celestial guardian or something like that. It was really decent. If I look at the cleric spell list here real quick, I bet I can figure it out. Let me see what it was called, because he had just learned it. Just a minute. if he's watching this, he's like dying right now. Guardian of Faith. Let me see if that's it. That sounds like it. Okay, here we go. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The guardian occupies that space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your deity. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 foot of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed or take 20 points of radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The guardian vanishes when it has dealt over 60 points of damage. Okay, so that is cast as a, he doesn't have to keep concentration on it, and that's why it's important. Okay, he's going to cast that, and he's going to center it right there by Tamara, and he's going to put it down here. So if anything tries to come around there and fuck a few guys, it's going to have to deal with this and take 60 points of damage. And from the way these suckers have been going down, that'll pretty much kill anything that tries to get close to you. Okay, Tamara? So when Ignatius casts this, this is what you guys see. The spiritual being comes into view. And comes over here and hovers beside you. And it's at anything within 10 foot of you. Has to deal with the wrath of this son of a gun on a dexterity saving throw. Okay? Automatically. Until it does that. With his bonus action, I think he would cast Healing Word. And Silouan, help me out. How many people can I hit with Healing Word? Is it just one or multiples?
I'm pretty sure it's just one. Let me look. I have it pulled up. Yeah, a creature of your choice.
Okay. I'm going to make that Tamara. Because you're hurting pretty decently, aren't you, Tamara?
I'm right at half.
Okay, yeah, he'll do that. Silouan, go ahead and roll a Healing Word, cast at 4th level, and give her the hit points for that, please.
Sure. I gotta look it up. I don't remember. I've been using the cantrip.
Well, no, that's okay. You just, if it's a cantrip, just cast it normally then.
Well, it's only 9.
9. Okay, you take 9 points of healing. And with that, Ignatius tells you, you don't have to worry about anything else out here right now. All you have to do is make sure that when you strike true.
Tamara nods.
Okay. After Iggy goes, okay, Dagger Goblins gone. I think all the damn Dagger Goblins are gone, guys. Quite possibly. Yeah. That's it. There are no more. Okay, so that's done. Okay, 4th. Miasha. Okay, Miasha is going to, let's see, she's going to sprint up there. She saw Silouan take off and is facing off against this thing. And I could see Rachel be like, you might want to wait. That looks a little bigger than you've planned. So she's going to try to take off and have your back is what I could imagine her doing. Seeing how everybody seems to have this thing handled currently. Yeah, definitely. 5, 10, 15, 80. That puts her right on the edge. Okay. And that's her movement. Now, with her other good stuff that she can do, which is a lot, I am going to... Oh, come on now. Where's that? Where's that? I thought a little stripe for perfection. Just a second, guys. I'll have this going. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What are we doing here? Help me out, help me out. Okay, she is going to cast guidance on Tamara as she goes by her as she's running. So you're going to have a 1d4 on your next. And I'm trying to remember, guys, does guidance give you on attack, damage, ability?
It's ability check.
Ability checks. So she's going to give you guidance on your next charisma check.
I think they can choose which one it is. It's just you get a D4 to the next one.
Okay. All right. That'll work now. All right. So after that, she runs up here to the edge. She stops. She did that. That's going to be her turn. Let's go ahead and go to 5. Spell Goblins. Okay. It's going to shoot Shadow Bolts down. 22 to hit, Silouan. Does that hit you? No. Okay, the first one misses. 16, 22. 30 to hit. Does that hit you?
Wait, is it already his turn again?
The Spell Goblins, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they're number 5. And if you remember earlier on, when this guy first marched out, he did a skill that let every one of them get an instant attack out of turn. Yeah, and now it's lapped back around to them.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 30 does not breach, though.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. It's going to be 13... No, oh my gosh, yeah, it would be. That would be 13 points of necrotic damage, and then that's only going to be see here when he does this version of it. It's only going to do 1 point to your armor points, and you're going to take 4 non-lethal damage. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a fuck you. 20.
That's awesome. You resist the effects of this. Okay, nothing has happened here. It was going to try to push you. It's a long story, but it was going to try to push you through this, and you would have taken extra damage because you're in that area of effect. But the push didn't work.
Okay. Also, I'm beyond bloodied.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. So she's BNB. Okay, so we've got that one went. That's number 6. Merc, it is your turn, sir. What would you like to do? And this will probably finish us off for the night, unless you guys can push on a little bit more, or do you want to see this through?
I'm personally down to see this through.
We can see it through.
Okay, cool. Shouldn't, unless someone does something ridiculous here, I foresee that this is going in your favor, and we'll see what happens. You good, Danny, for a little bit longer? Okay, cool. All right, Merc, what are you up to, sir? I will come over here. You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 foot from the edge of this. It is a 10-foot radius around him. You're also really close to what's going on here beside you. with them trying to deal with the mask. I've already explained the things, that you can see Ignatius is trying to give Tamara the might to be able to finish this damn thing off. What are you doing, buddy?
I am going to move forward 30 foot.
Okay.
It's like over behind Miasha. Not quite directly behind her, but 30 foot in her direction.
Okay. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
All right. I need a wisdom saving throw from the goblin. I'm going to go pull one from Dahan's book and go for a compelled duel.
Awesome, buddy. Give me a DC for that. Give me 1d20 plus whatever that your spell save DC is. Good call, buddy.
That's a 19.
Okay. It had advantage on that just because of the form of its stuff, and it still failed. So, yeah, you have done that. So tell me what the effects are of that, bud. And how much did that take your major action? Was that just a bonus?
Bonus action.
That's smart. Okay. And what's he have to do because of this?
Creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand for the duration, which is 1 minute.
It's concentration, right on.
Yep. Let's see. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you. It must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds the saving throw, it doesn't restrict the target's movement.
Okay. All right, cool, man. So what are you doing on your major action now?
I'm going to catch his attention with a 3rd level inflict wounds.
Yes, you might. And do I have to do a saving throw for half or full?
Never mind, can't do it. That's a melee spell.
Okay. Oh, you have to be able to touch him, don't you?
That was going to be so cool, too.
Now, see, you could have Misty stepped in there, but you already used your bonus action.
I will... if you hold an action, does that go off as your action, or is that a reaction to use a held action?
No, I would just... if you say you want to hold your action, you would tell me the trigger. And I could say you hold your action.
That's what I'll do. I'll hold my action to attack as soon as he gets anywhere near me.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Normally, if you're holding your action and waiting for a trigger, I've seen the past where you can't take any part of your action if you're holding it. So if you're using, like your bonus or your movement and stuff like that, that's not holding. That's you saying I've went ahead and gone. So I tell you what I'll do in this instance. Now, I mean, to tell you the truth, Jeremy, I wish there was a compromise I could work out with you here. But since you've already done some things in your turn, I really can't consider this a held action that you get to go later on. It's pretty much going to have to be now or nothing, buddy. And that's just the kind of red-headed bastard that I am. Tough luck.
That's all right. I am...
Somebody.
Let's see.
You know what I'm talking about.
Get my stuff here.
Okay.
I done threw all my plans around.
After this, Tamara, you're on deck. So start planning about what you're going to do as soon as he's done with his turn, okay? And then after that, it's Silouan. And then after that, it's Dahan. So we got this side of the tidal wave coming here in just a minute.
Well, I tell you, it might be just about
it. Going on.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Other
Okay.
than parries if they attack me. So yeah, that's going to be it for the time being.
Okay, cool.
Can you heal Sullivan?
Yeah, can you heal Silwyn?
All
Okay.
I have is touch.
Okay. All right, so the next person to go up is Tamara.
Oh, I've
Tamara,
been waiting for this.
You were over there.
I have one Divine Smite left, so I'm going to Divine Smite the shit out of this mask.
And you're going to do it at full level, right?
Yes.
Okay, which adds how many d8s?
I have a 5d8 plus 7.
Okay, so 5d8 are divine smites, and then you got to add your flail damage on top of that.
Oh, sorry. So it's going to be 48 for the smite, and then the flail damage is 1d8 plus 7. So in total, 5d8s plus 7.
Okay, and you have a bonus on your charisma right now. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Because remember, your divine smite doesn't take anything; it's automatic.
Right.
So you have your bonus action that you can do things with as well on this attack, plus whatever feats. I mean, you could really put some smack down here if you chose to.
As far as my feats, I don't know. Hold on. As far as my bonus action, I mean, I don't really plan on having another turn.
Okay.
Tell
you what, do me a just for the hell of it, roll me a wisdom check, ability check.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Plus your
Okay.
D4.
So let's use that to gauge the level of cleverness you're able to put together when you're doing this. Okay. So what's some things that Rachel was talking to you about as far as being able to pump as much as you can into one big old ass-kicking attack?
Well, obviously the smites was the biggest thing, but as far as my feats, we didn't really talk a whole lot about those.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have flail mastery, but I think you've already calculated that into my flail.
Right. So you're using divine smite. And do you have any other regular smite spells that you can use as a bonus action?
I could use my bonus action for Searing Smite for the next turn.
Now, when you cast that as a bonus action, does it not affect you on this turn?
I don't believe so.
Crazy question.
Yeah, Danny, what's up?
When she said flail mastery, that it hit me that she might be playing. Did you just copy like the old character sheet from Tamara and send it to her?
To a degree, yeah.
I was wondering because I'm guessing that was before we did weapon mastery, which is a little different than just the bonus that.
And her and Heather are really versed on how to use that, so she knows where she can use her D4 or her D6 for the day, so they're familiar with how it works.
Okay.
But that's cool. That's good looking out, buddy. Good deal.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to add my D4 on this as well. My Searing Smite is a bonus action, and it says the next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon.
Okay, so imagine this. You cast it as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then you swing, which is officially the next time.
Okay, I didn't know if it meant, like, I could do it. Okay, so, per the DM's rules.
Now,
all right,
I want to
savvy
also
DM.
tell you.
What is Tamara's ability where she does the lightning thing and teleports out?
She does it all the time, Danny. You've been missing it. She does it a lot.
That's how I got in this position, is because I lightning myself in front of everyone.
Now, I want you to keep in mind, the last thing I'm going to bug you with, because you rolled a 20, so you're getting DM's insight here. That 1d4 for weapon mastery can be spent on a lot of different things. But one of the most important ones that you guys don't seem to remember is that it can also add to your critical hit chance. So let's say you roll a 17, which is good enough to hit it plus your bonuses. You can take that 1d4 and add it to that. And that can possibly take, if you get 3, that turns that 17 into a 20. And then you get a crit. It's double on all your decks.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's one of the ways it can be used. It's kind of rough. You can use it to add to your aim if you want to get a better hit, or you can add it to your critical hit chance. That's one of the things listed under the things you can do with that D4 once a turn. So if you roll a real high number on this D20, that's a way to get some damage out of it.
Okay, so, and I have a plus 12 to attack. So does that mean if I rolled, let's say I rolled a 7, and then I added my 12, which is going to be a 19 to hit?
That would only apply to the dice roll.
Okay.
It's just adding to your critical hit range is what it's doing practically.
Meaning?
Like if you roll 4, that means if you rolled a 16 and you add 4 to it, that's a 20. It makes your critical hit range on your dice bigger. So a 16 would be a critical hit.
It basically ups your natural roll.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's a neat mechanic. It's not, you guys, I've only used it a few times in game.
And that is when I'm rolling to see if I hit them, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So yes, so we are going to use the bonus to activate the Searing Smite, which that's also going to give me, let's see, this one second slot higher than initiative. That's going to give me another 2d6.
Okay. You got a total with weapon, Divine Smite in that, you got 5d8 plus 2d6.
Plus, is Jeremy still giving me something or no?
No, that's over at the end of his last turn. Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe, depending on how I roll, plus or minus a d4.
Correct. You want a good roll here.
Okay. All right. I'm ready now. So, rolling to hit the mask.
Okay.
Okay. That is, not quite enough. We're going to say it was like a 15. It was almost a 16, so I can't use the D4 on that.
Okay, that's fine.
But that's plus my 12 to my attack bonus.
That smashes into this thing very, very well.
Okay, so now I'm going to roll 5d8s, 2d6s, and a d4.
Okay.
So give me some time to math.
Plus 7.
Plus 7.
Yeah.
36.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wait, doubled?
No, not double.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Could have been better.
36. That's okay. When you do that, there's a moment why the dice rolls weren't as high as you'd hoped, because when you do that, you're bringing that flail down with all that. Even though you've got this buildup inside of you, you still see that image of your face, or Valdera's face on the inside of it, looking hopeless, like, don't hit her. She has this look of sadness as this thing is still kind of over you for the time being. That made you hesitate just a bit, but you're able to just clench your eyes and swing through it. Okay? I need you to do me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that was good. 24.
24. And that's the way that's why I wanted to do it this way. So at the beginning of this turn, you have broke through that spell that was cast upon you. So as you get your flail and you're getting ready to bring it back and you go to swing down on top of this thing, you see her face and you have that hesitation for that instant. And then all of a sudden you're able to mentally and will yourself to break through this illusion of this. And then all of a sudden you see just the inside of an ordinary, hideously made mask. And you come down with fury and you strike this thing for 36 points of damage. When you do that, you guys all perceive that rolled your rolls last time, that these goblins take even more damage again as the mask took a brutal hit. And at this point, Tamara, you see at the mask, the crack is grand and wide, and through the center of this thing, it has got about a quarter of it holding it together, and you can see the stone of the street below through the mask, the crack that you've made. Okay? That's your first attack.
Okay.
What are you
So
doing now?
I can attack again, but I guess the Divine Smite does not apply to that attack.
Correct.
But does my searing? Yeah, my searing smite still does because that's up to a minute.
Correct.
And then do I have a combo attack?
Oh, now it's your next attack. But so it only works on one.
Yeah, just one attack. You can't keep
Okay.
using it.
Okay. I don't think I do have a combo attack.
Okay.
So what does that do? It adds +2 and deals +half. So do I get an additional half damage?
No, this will just give you a +1 to your next swing. It's
Yeah,
cumulative.
just to the.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna attack it with my flail.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for damage. Roll it.
It's 26.
26 smashes the hell out of it. Again, go ahead and roll your 1d8 plus your 7.
Only gonna be 8. Roll the
Okay.
1.
So that's 43 at that point. As you hit it that time, the goblins don't seem to react the same way as that radiant energy didn't hit the mask and affect everybody else. You've used your attacks, you've used your bonus action, you have your movement and your reaction. What would you like to do? Is your turn over, or would you like to continue?
I'm within. And how is Sade looking?
Rough.
So I'm gonna use. I still have my healing pool that I can touch and heal from without using anything. So I'm gonna touch Sade and give Sade
Well,
another.
that takes your major action to do your touch.
Even from the healing pool?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's free and automatic, but you still have to use an action to lay the hand on the person. It's an
Okay.
action.
okay. Well, then other than then I'm done.
Okay. All right. The next person to go is Dahan.
Dylan.
Sylwan.
Sarah. Yep, Sullivan.
Don't try to miss me.
Well, I just didn't want you. I wanted to postpone your death.
Okay, well, we know what we're doing, so we're gonna aerial attack. I just rolled a 19, so I'm going to use my 1d4. That's a 3, so that's a nat 20.
It is. So this is double the dice on this one. Okay.
Yes.
So when you
all right.
jump up, these things get an attack of opportunity against you when you're leaving their range because there's hands all around you. So all I need you to do is Danny roll me a 1d4.
Three.
Okay. So the first one missed you. Second one missed you. This is the last hand that's going to try to get you. And you are extraordinarily lucky. All 3 hands missed you. I was going to have them grab you so you couldn't jump and hold your ass
You know
down.
what?
I was
I'm
gonna have
really
one of them
good at
hands
jumping.
latch onto you as a, but you got up pretty quick. Okay, so you're doing your aerial
Right,
assault,
so-
and would you like to pound a lot of extra damage into this by using the new move that you've learned?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to put a whole bunch of extra damage into this using the new
Oh, yeah.
move that you just
I
learned?
forgot what that was. Was it a gale assault?
Yes.
What does that do?
Okay, I'll show you where
Do
it's
you
at
see
here
this?
real quick. It is down near the end. It's not something that normally is in just the Skylancer's kit. It's the path you took.
I think so. She's upstairs snoring.
I'm what?
I'm getting ready to find it right here in just a minute.
Oh, it's Gale Force Ascent or Descent. I got
There
you.
it is. Gale Force
Alright.
Ascent or Descent. So you can have this go off when you're jumping up, or you can have it go off when you're coming down. Either way. And
All right,
it's
we're gonna have
great
this. Yeah,
Go
we're
ahead.
doing this when I'm coming down.
Okay, awesome.
So we're gonna go ahead and add that into my magic points. All right, let me go ahead and start rolling some stuff.
Okay, so you can jump up 30 foot now, and you get an extra 1d6 for each 10 foot that you're in the air at your level, correct?
Yep.
Yes. So whatever your attack damage is, you're adding 3d6 to it. And it's a 20, so those are all doubled at the end of the day. And the thing is, this Gale Force descent is going to inflict. Where'd it go? See if I get this right. 2d8s. Additionally, the blast of force pushes those within the area effect back 5 foot away from you. Okay.
I have to double all this still.
Yeah, so this is still
8.
2d8. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, I didn't do 2d8s. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, so your roll was a nat 20, which hit and breached this thing
No,
completely.
I got it. 10 times 2 plus. Can you just let me do it? Ma'am? Plus 10 plus. Oh my god.
This is a big hit, and I want to show you what this looks like, everybody. So she comes down with that spear and lands into the ground with that natural 20. Well, not natural, but she got it. This is what her Gale Assault animation is.
That's going to be 82.
Yeah. That's kind of what I figured it would be. That's badass. So as you come down with the force of the wyvern behind you, the spiritual version of it, you come down, doubling all your dice, landing with a hit of 82 points of damage to this creature. Paint me a picture. What's this look like?
I literally cut him in half.
Okay. This one seems to be holding on to the material plane a little bit more than the other ones were. So this one has girth. This one has physicality to it. And what's crazy about Silouan is the swing you were putting down through, you've just been putting these through things of shadow stuff. So when you were swinging through this, you were swinging in it like it wasn't going to hold back. You were going to swing through air. And when you hit something solid, the force of your blow just obliterates this thing. It splits into pieces, and the shadow stuff that it's made of just seems to split and howl in pain as it curls off and evaporates up into the air. As that happens, Tamara, you look over, and the mask splits the remaining 25% of the way. And as it does, the mask lays there broken in 2 pieces.
Woo!
It didn't outright destroy it, but it lays there in shambles with nothing else connecting the 2 pieces together now. It seems a little duller. It seems a little bit more gray, as if the life has been stripped from it. Upon that, these 2 over here to the sides seem to wisp away, almost like dust in the wind, dude. Dust, wind, dude. If you watch
Alright,
Bill and Ted, you're going to know what that's all about.
Can I still use my bonus action to heal myself?
Absolutely you can.
4 plus 7, 11. Thank you.
You're welcome. So this thing, the aura and everything fades out of view right from underneath of you. Okay? As you land that attack, that's an awesome graphic. You should get a tattoo of that right there, Heather. That's you all day. As that happens, Tamara, is there anything you would like to say as you see the mask split back into 2 pieces?
I don't think I say anything. I just feel like instant relief.
Oh, can I also use my free action to yell at Dahan and be like, "Did you see that?"
Absolutely. Danny, did you hear what's going on? Silouan just took this thing out, and the thing is, yeah, so did you yell back at her absolutely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was cat calling at the cats.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't realize you'd gotten up, otherwise I would have waited.
Okay. So with that, let me go ahead and stop the share screen. And let's talk about what we've got here in the aftermath of this. Okay?
Hopefully a long rest in our near
Yeah,
future.
a fucking rest would be great.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, that was like 3 hours plus of just straight combat, kicking ass. We went through it as quick as we could. We didn't even take a break on that one. So, but that was very interesting to see you guys go through that. As this happens, and the mask is split in two pieces again. Trying to decide how I want to do this extra little part here. Okay. Sorry, one of my kids in the background is talking there for a minute. As Silwyn yells back over for Dahon, it's like, hey, did you see what just happened? And what was your response to that again?
No. I specifically asked if he saw me do something cool.
Me do something
He
cool.
said
Okay.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, Jeremy, you see Ignatius, his wings seem to go down a little bit and become a little bit more somber and fold back to his back as he takes his gray cloak and tries to throw around him to conceal them once again. And he shines that light from his staff, seems to radiate out just a little bit more as he encircles the mask and stares at it slowly and looks up at you with a wise look and says, we'd be foolish to think that this was over this easily. Do you have anything that you're saying, Merc?
Do you think the odds of the mask being put back together are strong?
Sade looks at both of you. She goes, I personally don't care what this thing does, but I know someone that can make sure that it never sees both parts join again. We need to get this to Vander as soon as possible. She looks over Ignatius and she goes, if you have any of that dust left in your hand, I suggest you pour it on this piece of shit now before we have to deal with more of these creatures in this city, because I am absolutely sick of it. He looks over at Dahon's character, or she looks over and says, I need to check on Gleandra. And she takes off in a dead sprint back towards the airships, where you know that Aeolus was trying to rescue Gleandra because these things had pretty much attacked the ship. And the rest of us broke out to go to Silwyn because you had let off the sign that said we need to get back to you. So at this point, she's going to make sure that now the mask is free of Gleandra and it's been broken in half. She says this needs to be put in Vander's hands. And she has made a mad dash back for the Dreadnought. What would you be doing, Dahon? Would you be accompanying her back to see how Aeolus is doing? Because he had the Sky Dragon loaded and was going down into a ship that had hundreds of these goblin arms coming out of every shadow. He's going down there to save Gleandra because the way they fought together during that race, he feels that he owes her for that, the way they fought together. So he was going down there to save her.
Yeah, if he knows Ao's in trouble, he's headed that way. He would look to Silwyn and I've got to check on my captain.
Okay, Silwyn. So as much as he would have liked to sit there and chat up with you, duty calls with him. And as great as that victory was for just a moment, we realize that there's still something possibly happening. And in that moment, Silwyn, your character would also realize that this is just one street in the whole city. We hope that what we've done here by breaking this mask stopped it all. But Tamara, you guys aren't sure if that ship is still being swarmed by them, Danny. It's hard to tell what kind of shape Aeolus is in. But we know that it broke it and sent them all back into the shadows where we're at. So, of us, who wants to try to take this thing to Vander? You know, Brahmas, you know what he has downstairs. You know what he can do with this thing. You guys know that Bastille is the one that asked for this dust to be used. Okay. That Vander has a place that can hold these relics. You know very well where it is. Ignatius still just kind of looks at it, and he's doing an identify spell which is what Tamara was originally doing as well, now that he's actually seeing the physical thing. And it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I'd say Brahma should be the one, probably pick it up and take it to Banders, but then immediately get wherever he is needed.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and end tonight's episode right there. And what we'll do is we'll say that his identify spell, when we play next time, we'll have one off, and we'll start with the description of what he's found, if there's any kind of life even left to this thing still. Okay? And then we'll decide what we're going to do. If Gleandra is safe back on the ship, if the shadow goblins have departed throughout, in our next steps. That sound good for everybody? Okay. So, as they're back here putting together the cat house and Danny is gone, we'll go ahead and stop recording, and then we'll do our typical bullshit session for just a few moments. Okay? So, once again, I'm Brian Kynes. That was a long one, but it was a good one, and I'm glad it worked out. Some people got tore up pretty good, but I think everything worked out for the best. So, we'll see you again, if not Wednesday, the following Sunday. And this has been episode 30, right, Jeremy? It's ridiculous, 30 of these things. All right. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.